right, we are live in our Facebook page. Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Alternative Healthcare Career Group. We have our Alternative Healthcare Career Show tonight. If you are watching live, please comment live. If you are watching on the replay, please comment replay because we want to know if you are watching live and if, of course, if you can hear me, right? So you can see right below there, we just finished our Alzheimer's disease and dementia care seminar, the required course to be a certified dementia practitioner over the weekend. And we do this every month. So the next class will be September 19th and 20th. So come and join. Sign up in our website, drmikechua.com/ADDC. Again, if you are watching live, please comment live. 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 You know how to spell that, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you see my shirt, Back to the Future. Speaking of Back to the Future, if you've seen Back to the Future, type in Back to the Future. Why? Because I feel like I'm back to the future because I've been watching this Cobra Kai. Have you seen Cobra Kai in Netflix? Oh gosh, it's crazy. I'm like, it's reminiscing. And now I feel like Johnny Lawrence. If you know Johnny Lawrence, type in Johnny Lawrence because in the story, it sounded like Johnny Lawrence was the victim. And I'm like, gosh, he is the victim in the Karate Kid, whatever, part 1, 2, and 3. And it's basically, to make the long story short, now he's the good guy. And then Danny LaRusso, the Karate Kid guy, if you know karate. He's now the kind of bad guy, but now there's a twist and turn. One day they're gonna be nice to each other. One day they're gonna fight and kick each other's ass. But today, before I introduce our special guest for tonight, I just would like to give a special shout out. I received this. Actually, it's called ensaimada. Ensaimada. You hear that? It's actually a bread from the Philippines, or made from the Philippines, not made from the Philippines, but it was finally Mr. Dr. Elyasar Tayag sent this to me. It's in a package, but I already opened it. So this is really good. It's like a bread. Obviously, I don't know how you make it, but my wife makes it too. But thank you very much, Dr. Tayag, for sending this. I'm going to eat this while I'm introducing our guest. But it is good. It's called the ensaimada. Ensaimada? How do you pronounce it? Ensaimada. Ensaimada. So I'm going to try it. It's called ensaimada. So good. Okay. I'm going to put this aside. All right. Let's go back to our guest. Gosh. Oh, it's really good. Again, thank you very much, Dr. Elyasar Tayag, co-owner of Caring Shield Hospice, co-owner of Golden Seal Home Health, and the co-owner and clinical manager at Imperial Home Health. Oh gosh, I think I ate a lot. So again, we've got a special guest for tonight. Again, if you're watching live, please comment live. Watching on the replay, please comment replay. But we got a special guest for tonight. Let me type in. Facebook is not really working well today. If you think the new Facebook thing is working well, I have a hard time making it run in my computer. But before I keep on going, our guest for tonight is Mr. Ray Berardinelli. Is that how you pronounce it? He's actually a physical therapist, and he's going to teach us how you can save time and money with 25 minutes of documentation per therapist per day. 25 minutes. Oh gosh, who here? If you are here and then doing documentation forever, home health, outpatient, skilled nursing facility, you gotta connect with Mr. Ray Berardinelli. Is that how you? We're gonna ask where he's from, because the last name is really nice and fancy, right? Ray, I can pronounce it Ray, right? Berardinelli sounds like, I don't know. But Ray Berardinelli is actually an EMR healer. So without further ado, I'm going to put in Mr. Ray Berardinelli here in our show. Ray, what's going on, brother?
Nothing. I'm just going to have you come all the time and just say my name because it sounds so much better when you say it than when I say it.
Is it? Is that how you really say
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Okay.
no, I like the way you roll the R. That's like the real way. Like in Italy, that's what they do. They roll that R.
So it's from Italy, huh?
Yeah.
Oh wow. What are you drinking? Coors Light?
I wish LaCroix.
LaCroix. Well, see. Well, anyway, for those people who don't know, Ray and I were like friends forever. He's like my brother from another mother. I'm also from Italy. I'm called Italiano, half Ita, half Ilocano. In the Philippines, that's half black, half Manileño, something like that. Because in the Philippines, we have we make it a joke. The aborigines of the Filipino guys is actually black people. You know, the small little black people. That's the aborigines. Is that how you pronounce it? That's So and then Ita. That's the black people, the little small black people, and then yeah, half Ita, half Ilocano. Ilocano is one of the islands there, one of the province back home. So yeah, I'm also Italiano, brother.
I'm learning all kinds of stuff.
Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you're watching live, comment live. We have Mr. Ray Berardinelli. He is the founder of Self Doc Systems. So, Ray, could you tell us what is this all about and what you guys do? I mean, your alternative career. You're from being a PT now from being a computer guy. So, I'm gonna drink my water.
How about it, Mike? So yeah. Well, first, thanks so much for having me, brother. Like I'm ecstatic to be here. Hope it helps some people. Yeah. So I'm a private practice owner. Had my own PT practice for over 15 years. Spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to balance my life and my work. Didn't do so good. Working 11, 12-hour days. And then at the end of the day, then I'm sure people that are on can probably relate to this. At the end of the day, you get home and then you have like an hour and a half, 2 hours worth of paperwork sitting there waiting for you after you worked a 10, 11, 12-hour day at your practice. And, it just got overwhelming. Like I started realizing what I was losing. Time with my children that I can never get back. I realized at some point I can always make more money, but I could never get that time back. So I started looking around. Like so I had one EMR. I'm like, okay, I've got to see what else there is out there. There's got to be something better out there that's going to solve this problem for me. So I spent a lot of years looking, demoing. Then I went to begging. And I was begging the EMR companies to fix the problems that I was having. I was, and I'm sure this is happening to a lot of us out there. We're telling them, hey, look, if you guys could just do this, it would make my life so much easier. And they say, oh, yeah, we're working on that. And years later, nothing's happened. So I finally decided after about 10 years of this, 10 years of this, that, all right, I'm going to fix it. Nobody else is fixing it. All EMRs suck, and that I have to do something to end this situation, to make it so that we can actually treat people, like we can treat people and have a life too, and spend time with our families and lay our head down every night without thinking about all of the stuff that was hanging over our head. And then I noticed, start dating myself here, when PQRS and all of this other stuff came out, every time something new came out, the EMR company's response was just to like create more boxes, more stuff for me to fill out, more stuff for all of us to fill out. And so it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Reimbursements started dropping. So now I'm not making as much money. And on top of that, per visit. And then on top of that, all of a sudden, my paperwork is going up, not down. And, I got tired of it. Like I said, something has to give. Number one, I need to get more patients in the place. So I had to automate systems to create it so I could get more patients in the place. And then the increased visits meant increased work for me. So I had to figure out how to make it so that the system documented itself, so that there was artificial intelligence in the marketing and in the documentation to get it done for me, and so that I could spend that time with my family. And also I wanted something that was going to fight back. Every time these, insurance companies come out with something new, or Medicare comes out with something new, just thrown on the therapist's plate, their plate's already overflowing. And, I decided that I want to fight back against that. That, we wanted to try to help therapists get this thing done, take it off of their plate, and automate that system for them. So that's kind of the crux of it. And I just realized how much time I lost with my children. My children are from 16 to 7. I realized how much time I lost with them, how much time I lost with my wife, and I don't want to do it anymore. A lot of people are quitting because of that. So I decided that it was time to fix something.
You know what? You mentioned that, and we spend so much time. I'm just gonna show one of the comments here of one of the Facebook user. He or she said, currently doing my eval while watching and listening. Yep.
Oh,
Whether
your pain.
whether you are in a home health, obviously home health sucks. Documentation so bad. In outpatient, in nursing home, or even at the hospital, and there's always some crazy documentation system that your EMR is asking you to do, and then you click this and then keep on going and going. And before we went live, Ray and I talked about his system. It's so user friendly, and yes, a lot of EMR will say, well, yes, we're user friendly and everything like that, but just by looking at it, it's so easy. And could you walk us through, Ray? But before you walk us through, I like what you said. Instead of fighting back, I just founded a solution to it. Whether you're watching as a therapist wanting to get a new EMR, or whether you are actually trying to look for your alternative career, stop fighting back, ladies and gentlemen. Because first of all, you cannot win the system. It's there. It's already big. It's already systematized. You're just by yourself, right? It's just us. I mean, do you think I can beat Medicare by myself alone? No. But what you can do is actually create, find a solution to that problem that you're looking at. Ray found a problem in those EMRs that he was using before, and guess what? He found the solution. So I like what this person that I remember. I don't know who I heard it from. It says, if you are not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. We can complain all day long, all day long, all day long. But if you are not finding a solution to that current problem, guess what? You're not doing anything. Find a solution. That's what Ray did. Now he's leading the way on fighting against EMRs, and that's his battle cry there. EMR sucks. But next question, Ray. So you saw the EMR, it took away the time from your family and everything. And is that really your driving force, or is it technology really your driving force, or what really pushed you to your next level to start your own, self-documenting EMR, or whatever you call this, man? So
Well, I was always kind of a tech dork. Like I was always about the new gadget, the smartwatches, and all of that stuff. So yeah, I was into that. But honestly, that wasn't really it. Like the pain. It was the pain. It was the pain. It was the pain of the time I was giving up. It was that I'd wake up in the middle of the friggin' night, like thinking about the paperwork that I didn't have done, and being forced to choose between doing my paperwork and spending some time with my family. Like, what is that? Like, what the hell is that? Like, you shouldn't have to pick between spending time with your family and staying caught up on the things that you need to stay caught up on a daily basis. So I'd wake up at night because I wouldn't give up my family time, and I wouldn't give up my time with my patients. And then it became just the personal removal of that pain. Like, that became my driving force. And then, like, as I started to get into it and I started to talk to people, I find out that I didn't lose as much as other people, that there were a lot of people out there who had lost a lot more than me, who had given up much more than me. And it changed. Like, then my goal became to help these people, to give them their life back, to make sure that no one ever again lost what I lost. So that's my big push. That's my big push. I want to give people their lives back. I want people to be able to be a physical therapist and go home at the end of the day, run their practice, go home at the end of the day, have people in the pipeline coming in, their documentation is done, and they can go home at the end of the day and enjoy that time with their family and not be thinking about this crap that's just hanging over their head like 24/7. Because this is my personal opinion. I think that's what burnt me out. I think it's what burns a lot of people out. You work a 10, 11-hour day, then you have this paperwork left, and then you're deciding whether you're going to do it today, do it tomorrow, put it off 2 days, then it's hanging over your head and you can't rest well. It's always there. You can't, then, over time, over years and years and years, that just starts to grate on you and wear on you. And we see it all the time. Like practice owners are asking how they can get out. People that are doing this, I've heard of people just walking away from their practice. Like, here's the keys. I don't want anything for it. Just take it. I don't want it. I just want somebody to take it so I don't have to deal with this anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And, I mean, when I was doing, home health, it was just crazy. Too much paperwork, too much documentation. It's the same thing. It's called, what do you call this? Double redundancy. Double redundancy, wherein you do this and then you do it again and again and again. And who is really looking at it? I mean, who is benefiting on it? And if you're doing that, if it's stealing your time from your family, it's stealing your time from your quality time with your loved ones, you have to think about it. You have to think about that. So, Ray, what will be your next step? Are you able to screen share and show stuff with us, or?
Yeah, if you want to see a little bit of it, hold on, I can screen share. Hold on one second here. Okay. So, I'm going to log into this. So I can kind of share this. So basically what we did is, all right, so you would always have to click through so many places to be able to get into the software, right? So I wanted a chart. I had to click on chart. I wanted to add a patient, make a change to this patient. Couldn't click here. I had to click over here on the patient. Then I had to search for the patient and find them, right? It didn't make any sense. Like, everything should be in one place so that if I click on one thing, the card becomes active. Now I can get to anywhere in the application through clicking on this. So if I want to get their insurance, I can get their insurance. Their copay, I get here. Edit the patient information, I want to get here. I want to get their phone number, I get here. This is a demo server, so it doesn't have any stuff in. I didn't realize we were going to do this, Mike. And you want to get to their paperwork, you click here and you'll land right on their flow sheet. So everything is all on one screen. There's no more jumping around between all of these screens. So it just cleaned everything up, and then on the front screen, you should be able to see how many notes you have unsigned, how old they are. If they're red, they're yesterday or older. You have notes in there that are yesterday or older that need done. Yellow means that you're caught up. The only thing that's left are today's notes, people that are gone from the clinic, and green means that the people are actively in the clinic or scheduled. Then we also have a to-do list that appears over here. It does the same thing, green, yellow, red. It's right underneath this. It'll appear if there's anything for you to do. So you should be able to see everything right from the front screen. You shouldn't have to go all over the place to work on this. It should all be one screen. So that's what we did.
Oh, wow. So, Ray, I mean, I know what's the name of the system, but who is it for? Is it for outpatient clinics? Is it for nursing home or hospital? Or, I mean, who is it ideally for? Mm-hmm.
So it's primarily people that are billing like Part B services, like our Medicare, all of that kind of stuff is set up for for that, to keep you compliant on that end. It's you if you're doing mobile therapy, you can use it. You can use it for a lot of different places. That location setting, you can pretty much use it almost in any location. I don't know home health.
Hmm.
Don't know home health. I know that there's special stuff that we don't have, the start of care and all of that sort of stuff. We don't have any of that. This is just physical therapy based. There's no nursing type anything in this
Okay.
or integration with nursing. Yeah, but yeah, it's for that. And one of the things you said, it just made my just hit me. It's not just us that is doing like this double data entry. The patient does the same thing.
Hmm.
You know, they fill out their paperwork, then they talk to the front office, then they come back and then they talk to us and they tell us the same thing that they either put in their chart or just told the person up front. They were asking them questions and somehow that gets all disjointed and it doesn't come back to us. So now the patient repeats themselves, and it's just as frustrating for them as it is for us when we have to do that in our documentation. So we eliminated that. So now when the patient calls in and their information is put in the system, it automatically starts filling out their paperwork for them. So
That's
there's
amazing.
work for them too.
Yeah, because I admitted not I, but my assistant today. She did all the paperwork, interviewed the patient. It was all ours is handwritten. The intake paperwork, it's
Mhm.
still handwritten. What's your name, date of birth, blah 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 blah. Your medical history, and then when I do the eval, I get to ask the patient again, and then we have to upload that same information in my EMR, and that paper needs to be scanned and then uploaded again on the on the document system. So this is where my outpatient, which is it works for us right now, but if there's an easier way where you
Yeah,
can probably email or probably hand the tablet to the patient so they
bro.
could do it on themselves at their own pace, at their own time, and it will if we'll go to our system, bam, that will be actually
They
much
can do it on their phone. You
or
can
phone. Oh wow.
do it anywhere. Like you can do the paperwork anywhere.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, so it's pretty much anywhere. And like I said, the beautiful thing is since it's all digital. So like on the first phone call, when you take their information, it's already partially filled out for them. So there's much less for them to fill out. Because we already put everything that we could in there for them. Like if we ask them for their insurance information, then we hand them a
So,
thing, we say here, and they have
yeah.
to write their insurance information down again that we already have in the computer.
Mm-hmm.
We just skip that step, so we just fill it in for them. So when they go to log into the thing, it's already filled out.
Oh
You know,
gosh.
their name's
Yeah.
already filled out, their date of birth, everything. They don't have to redo any of their paperwork. So we want to take away their frustration too. We want to make it easy to do business with us, not more difficult.
Oh wow, that's going to be a game changer there. So if you are still watching live, please comment live. If you are still watching on a replay, type in replay. You know how to spell it: REPLAY, REPLAY. So again, before we keep on going, I'm going to ask Ray again. Ray, so after doing the intake, after me doing the eval, is there like what you call this? Is there an automatic follow up with the patient? And does it have a home exercise program? Is there a video or whatever, something like that
So,
that
well,
the
there's a
patient
number
can
of things.
access?
Number one, the subjective portion of the note is also done there. So when the patient comes in for their initial evaluation, you just review their subjective portion of the note. It's already done. And since there's logic to it, it's a custom response. So it builds it out. So if they say, do you have pain with overhead activity? Right? Patient says no. I don't ask them, well, do you have difficulty washing your hair? I'm not going to ask them that. Do you have difficulty with overhead activity at work? Do you have difficulty reaching into a cabinet? No, I told you I don't have difficulty with overhead activity. So what we did is we said, that's how the software should work. It should work like the therapist's mind works. So now if they say they have difficulty with overhead activity, now we ask them, do you have difficulty doing your hair or washing your hair? Can you reach things in the cabinet? How long can you do overhead activities? How long do you have to do that for work? So it just builds out. Everything's built out. It builds on itself, so that each and every evaluation is custom. Even though it's templated, it looks custom. So it'll even fare better in an audit, because not every template looks the same for a shoulder patient. They look totally different because each patient is totally different. So they should be totally different. But so that's automatically done for you. And I totally got lost on what your question was, Mike.
Well, I was
Like,
asking, the continuation, if there's it's obviously made for therapists, made by a therapist, made for a therapist. And how about for the patient? Do they have like a texting system, an emailing system, or does it also have a home exercise program or something like that?
Yeah, Mike, I'll share my screen. It's easier to show than it is to tell.
Yeah, show and tell, right?
So hold on here. So if they have a home exercise program, the home exercise program will just appear right here. When they click completed, it's going to put it in the thing that they did their home exercise program that day, right? So their paperwork, if there's paperwork due, this button becomes green like this. Their intake, if their intake's due,
I don't see your screen. Sorry.
Oh, you don't see my screen. Huh. So imagine what it would be like.
Well, I see your face, man. So.
Hold on 1 second. I got a StreamYard. I did the same thing I did you earlier, Mike. I thought I clicked the thing and I didn't click it. So there we go. Now I see you disappear. All right. So let's go to the patient home app. Right. So they can watch their home exercises here. When they click completed, I click completed, it highlights all these. I did the same thing over here. And that goes into your paperwork saying that they were compliant with their home exercise program. Right. Mm-hmm. They can watch the video right in the thing. Well, there's not a lot of movement in this one. Maybe we'll do this one because there's going to be more movement in it. So then
there you go. So that video is your video.
Correct. There's a video in there. So we have a library of over 3,000 videos. And so our home exercise program works different though. You know how like you have a home exercise program and your home exercise program is like built in supposedly into your software, which means that there's a button that you click that takes you to the home exercise program. Ours actually is built in. So right off of your flow sheet, if there's a home exercise program with it, there will be a little picture next to it with a checkbox. And if you check that box, it just automatically adds it to their home exercise program and puts it in here. It'll email them, text them the link to all of this information. Amazing. So that's kind of the 100,000 foot view of how that works.
Oh wow, that's amazing, Ray. I like the video and everything because I mean I only use one EMR, but the videos, it's very, very useful for those patients, especially if they are tech savvy enough to go into the cell phone or computer or tablet for that matter, because that's a very good follow through. Are you able to print that? I guess you can print it, right?
Yeah, you can print those. Yes. Most people nowadays, honestly, like if you send them a text with a link, they'll hop into it. The vast majority of the time nowadays, because more and more people have these things and are walking around with them.
That's so true.
In their pocket. And
cool.
but then the nice thing is you don't have to put any of the double data in. It just pulls everything right off of your flow sheet and says, this is how many sets, this is how many reps, this is the weight, this is the hold. So there's no double data entry anymore. Like that's nuts. Like, why do I have to find my exercises in my EMR to put it into my flow sheet, and then I have to go over to my home exercise program and find the same stinking exercise?
That's true. That's true. All right. Well, before we keep on going, we're going to go on a quick break. We're just going to show Ray's video very, very quickly. Go ahead and watch this, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be interesting. All right. We'll be back in a few minutes.
I'm Ray Berardinelli, physical therapist and private practice owner of 15 years. It is Saturday morning at my house, and we're making breakfast. Unfortunately, over the past 15 years, I've missed a lot of breakfasts. I've spent quality time with my EMR instead of quality time with the people that matter. Fortunately now, we've created the self-documenting artificial intelligence medical record. With this medical record, you can do in minutes what used to take literally hours. So you can get your life back, and your staff can get their life back and spend their quality time with people that matter to them. If you would like to learn about the artificial intelligence medical record, join us at our live launch event here at PPS. We are going to be in St. John's 26 and 27 during the vendor hour from 7:30 a.m. until 8:30 a.m. Let us show you how you and your staff will be able to get your lives back. Hey, look forward to seeing you guys there.
I learned so much today from Dr. Mike Chua's Certified Dementia Practitioner live seminar. Not only was it about facts on how to help as a therapist treat those with dementia or memory deficits, but it was also about how to talk to family members, how to talk to caregivers, how to interact with the nursing staff in the hospital, and really how to present myself as a certified dementia practitioner. If you're looking to broaden your skill set with becoming a certified dementia practitioner, I highly recommend Dr. Mike Chua's seminar.
Testimonial for Dr. Mike Chua. About 2 weeks ago, I was in Tennessee from my rotation. I was lucky enough to have Dr. Mike Chua as my mentor. And in that 2 weeks, he mentored me and encouraged me to do what I love what I do, work with people, and all that. He also taught me
Hello, my name is Nina Chakashvili. I am support group facilitator leader and yes, a specialist and Alzheimer's educator. So I just completely Dr. Mike Chua's 2-day class, which one was the best class. First,
All right, I gotta play that again because it's so nice and amazing. It's like futuristic. It's like, gosh, it's like futuristic. Dun, 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 dun. So if you are still watching live, please comment live. If you're watching on the replay, please comment replay. We've got our special guest, Mr. Ray Berardinelli. He is the founder of what you call that AI thing, self-documenting AI, and
MR.
here. EMR or AMR or whatever you call that. Sorry. The founder of self-doc AIMR.com. Let me just show it there. There you go. Self-doc AIMR.com. So you gotta check that out, guys, and reach out to Ray about his EMR that he has created and founded. So because he says EMR sucks, so he just created his own EMR and he's improved it and just being the best that he can be. So again, if you are still watching live, please comment live. If you're watching on the replay, please comment replay. Well, anyway, let's we got Ray back here. Ray, so let me turn that off. Where did that go? I guess there you go. All right, so Ray, what's next? I mean, what's next for the self-doc AIMR? Mm-hmm.
Well, so we have marketing that's built into it, right? So everybody knows that the number one way that you receive patients is word of mouth. right? Your word of mouth referrals. It's always king. Like everybody says it. So we built something in it that automatically turns your word of mouth on fire. Like it nurtures the relationship with those people and identifies the people that want to refer to you, and it automatically asks them. So we're really focusing in on that marketing piece. So we have funnels for your eval no-shows, those people that never actually arrived in the clinic. So we capture a lot more of those people, because 11% of your people that come onto your schedule never actually arrive in your clinic. You lose over 10% of your business before it ever walks in the door, right? And 75% of people do not complete their plan of care. So we start plugging all these holes. And so now that's starting to really, really make your business grow. And we also identify the people that are likely to return. And we have funnels to bring those people back into the clinic over the next 3 to 4 months. So there's a lot, and we're working more and more and more on that marketing piece, trying to help clinics become more successful, because now as reimbursement gets tighter, like those visits are everything. We need to ramp those visits up. We need to maximize those visits. So that's kind of our big push right now, is to get that done. And then into the future, there's tons of stuff. Like my ultimate goal is so that you don't document at all, that the system is going to document everything for you.
Oh, wow.
So that you just actually treat the patient, and it's collecting the data automatically for you and storing it in the computer and trying to predict. Well, it already does predict what your assessment, your plan, and your goals are automatically. You don't have to do it. It predicts what that's going to be. But we want it to do the data collection also, so you don't even have to do data collection for the objective, because that's really the only place that the therapist puts data into the system, is in the objective portion, and then it spits everything else out for you automatically. You can make small changes if you want. So it does that assessment plan and goals for you.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to do the objective either.
Wow. Well, speaking of automatic and everything like that, we just bought a car for my daughter. Those Honda CRV, man.
Uh-huh.
It's the new one, the Honda 2020 CRV. It's the lowest base. This is the base
You're a
model.
nice dad. I got my daughter. I got my daughter like a 2009 Subaru Forester that's a stick shift.
Oh God, she's got to learn that. Well, I still know how to drive a stick shift, but that will be a good challenge for your daughter. But speaking of that, you said artificial intelligence. This is the base model, man. And then I didn't know. I said I just need the base model because it's my daughter's car. Blah blah blah. So I drove it. I went to work today. It automatically stopped, man. I mean, I drove an older car, so I don't know what that means, It just automatically stopped. And then because there's a car in front of us, it slowly stopped by itself. And I thought the engine was dying. I thought and I have my assistant beside me. He's like, what's going on? And she said, I don't know. I drive an older car too. And I was like, it was slowly stopping down for me. And I just realized, because it has those sensor. And then remember, it's there's this lane, the broken lanes, right? And every time I would go past the broken lanes or whatever, the white lane on the right, it will go back to the middle. And I thought there was a problem in the power steering. It would sense it. I was like, oh gosh. And we just tested it. Okay, let me let it go. I let it go, and man, it was just following it. It's artificial intelligence. I'm like, gosh, I guess this is how Tesla people are, right? But this is just Honda, man. I'm like, gosh, I got so amazed. And imagine those Honda people can do it. I'm sure this EMR can probably predict, it may not be able to drive you to your destination, but if it could predict, your destination, it could predict your designated speed, adjust according to your lane, hopefully slowly stop you before you hit something. I'm sure Ray's EMR is like that too. It has the artificial intelligence, and maybe it could learn the way how you write it, learn how you document, learn and adjust, how you do this. And is that how is it,
Yep.
right?
That's essentially how it works. It learns from you. Like once you feed the information into it, it starts to say, "Hey, this is what this person wants. Try to put that up there for them." So
Wow,
like
he's smart.
it starts to
I
learn.
hope it's not going to replace my job, right?
No, it's not. No, it's to help the therapist. It's not to like replace the therapist. It's to like say, okay, this is probably what you want. You still got to use your clinical judgment and your professional skill to say, okay, this is what we actually should do. Because let's be honest, it's computer. It's stupid. It's not. It only does what the program tells it to do. It doesn't get it right all the time.
I know, right? Somebody mentioned here in Facebook, the steering wheel also vibrates when you're out of lane. Yeah, I was really surprised. It's, I'm I'm the Philippines. I drove a Volkswagen Beetle, the old Volkswagen Beetle, and
I'd rather not.
It vibrates naturally because it's always vibrating. But this new car that I have is like, gosh, it's just guiding me. And I'm sure your EMR is like that, Ray, right? So, oh well. Ray, where can we reach you? I mean,
don't
for us.
EMR and stay in the lane.
Well, what I mean is that before we close, any last parting wisdom for us who wants to start our own business, wants to do our stuff and everything, and then where can we reach you? Your email, your website, and everything like that.
Yeah. So let me start with the email and all that kind of stuff. It's Ray at selfdocaimr.com. Selfdocaimr is our .com is our website, and we also have ADISapp.com because there's an app that goes with it. Well, there's a couple apps that go with it to run everything. But yeah, so the parting thing, somebody that wants to start something, just jump. And I'm going to be honest, I'll level with you. It's going to suck. It's going to suck. And at the same time, it's going to be the best thing you ever did. Like, it's going to be rough. It's going to be, am I cutting out, Mike? You're cutting out on my end a little bit.
Oh, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. But I was going to say, it's going to suck. Like, it will suck. You're going to take some bumps. You're going to take bruises, but go. Like, if you see something, a problem that you can fix for people, something you can help people with, just jump headlong into it. Take the bumps and bruises. Just keep rolling through it. Just keep pushing. Eventually, you're going to get there. And, you got choices. You can stay where you are, keep staying where it's safe, keep complaining that you don't like where you are, or you can get up and make that jump. It's a hard jump to make, scary, but you're going to find it's the most invigorating thing you've ever done in your life. So, guys, just do it. Just take the leap, take the plunge, go full tilt into it, and keep with it. Keep with it. It's not going to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, but don't quit.
Oh, wow. Oh, that is very powerful, Ray. That is very powerful. I don't know if you were listening. I was actually writing it down, Ray. If you can stay where you at and stop, you can stay where you at, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's you. This is you. But, you know what he said? Jump. That's an action word. Action word, ladies and gentlemen. We always keep on saying, you got to take action, whether it's a big or small action. It doesn't matter. Just take action, guys. And sometimes, God will push you in a certain level at the edge of the bed, right? Edge of the hill. And then sometimes it's your turn to take action. Ray, thank you very much for your time. I know you're a very, very busy man. I appreciate you for coming over, for inspiring us that there's always an alternative way for us to make money aside from your EMR. You've created your own EMR. You've created all these systems and processes. So I really applaud you for doing it, for inspiring us. But before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word FAST. FAST, letter F. Find friends that will push you to your next level because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So who are you hang out with, ladies and gentlemen? Today, I hanged out with Ray. Guess what? I'm going to be awesome. I feel like I know artificial intelligence now because I'm not very intelligent. I'm just artificial, right? So if you combine it with Ray, maybe I could be an artificial intelligence. But find friends. No, you really have to be selective with the people you work with, the people you hang out with. The owner of the home health agency I was contracting with, and he was asking me, Michael, do you know any other therapist, a PTA or whatever, another OT that we can hire? And he told me because I made a mistake doing this, doing that, blah 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 blah. And it's very very important that you choose your friends. You choose the people you work with, even the EMR that you use, because it's going to take quality time from you, ladies and gentlemen. If you're using a poor quality EMR, it's going to take time from you, right? Same thing with your friends. You hang out with people who wants to take advantage of other people. Guess what? One way or another, you're going to get taken advantage to. If you hang out in the barber shop, I always say this: hang out in the barber shop. One way or another, I'm going to have a barber. I'm going to have a haircut. You know. So you got to choose your friends. Next letter is letter A. Ray already mentioned it. Just jump. Just jump. If you want to have financial freedom, find somebody who's actually financially free. If you want to see somebody who's actually enjoying clinical time and family time, reach out to Ray. Maybe he can help you how to have more quality time with your family by decreasing your documentation time. Just take action, guys. Take action. Next letter is letter S. Shoot for the moon. Ray already mentioned this. Shoot for the moon. Why? Because if you keep shooting for the moon, you're going to fail. You're going to miss it. You're going to be landing with the stars. You are going to fail. Whatever you do, whether you become an employee, first day in work, you're going to fail. I bet Ray, when he started his EMR company, he probably sucked too. Now it has all the AI, whatever you call that, AI, artificial intelligence. She spelled that, Michael Chua. Artificial intelligence, right? I can't even spell that. Artificial intelligence. Shoot for the moon. You're going to fail. It doesn't matter how many times you failed or fall and they got sick. What matters is how many times you get up and do this all over again. So keep pushing, guys. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Last but not the least, letter T is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you actually teach it, you actually understand it. And that's what Ray is teaching. He's teaching you how to understand the science behind EMR. But before I let you go, somebody wants to have a shout out. OS, he said, "Hi Mike, I want a shout out, please. It would make my night. Thank you very much, OS." Yes, Ray, go ahead. Come on, man. Let's go.
Ahead. Down at the bottom.
There you go, OS. Thank you very much for yep. And she said, or he said, she is, or he. Oh gosh. I don't know. He or he, she, OS, you are here. Great video. Thank you very much. Ray, any last parting wisdom for us again before I let you go, man? I know we've been talking for a while, so.
No, just have a great night. And guys, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Fear's the enemy. Like, don't be afraid. Just dive into the thing that you want to do. You don't know it. I didn't know the first thing about software. Never. But I just jumped in and figured it out as I went. Made tons of mistakes, lost a bunch of money, but never quit. And years later, 7 years later, it's finally done.
There you go. There you go. You just have to keep pushing, ladies and gentlemen. I like what Ray said. He's actually, Ray may not admit to it, but Ray, I look up to him, ladies and gentlemen. He's one of the many coaches that I follow. I have lots of coaches. I have a speaker coach. I have a business coach. I have a lot of different coaches. You got to find the mentor. Ray is one of my many mentors. He guides me. I would call him, "Hey, Ray, is this right? Is this?" And he would tell me, "Yeah, Michael, you don't want to do that."
Back at you. You're my Facebook boss.
So he would tell me stuff honestly, and you got to find somebody who will guide you and mentor you. I see some Oh, yes, I am a biological male who identifies as female. What's going on, sister? I'm going to say you, sister there. And what are your plans tonight? Oh, gosh, I'm going to sleep well because you commented here. And then, come on, Ray, give her a shout out, brother.
What's going on? How are you?
All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And like what I said, be a mentor. In order for you to be a better person, be a mentor, not only to somebody else, but also to yourself. Find someone who will mentor you. Reach out to Ray, reach out to me, reach out to the people, the coaches, the moderators here in an alternative career group. Why? Because this is what we teach. We teach the mentor method, MENTOR, letter M. Meet a need, meet a niche. What is that niche that you are trying to serve? Yep. So in my case, it's Alzheimer's and dementia. In Ray's case, it's EMRs, right? What's the next letter? Letter E is educate. You got to learn how to educate. Teach people about your product. What does Ray is doing? He's teaching people how to about EMRs. I'm teaching people about Alzheimer's and dementia. What's the next letter? Network. Network with people who are actually going to need your service. Network with people who are actually going to do and actually doing what you're doing. In my case, I reached out to Tipa Snow. I reached out to those pillars of the Alzheimer's world. Alzheimer's Association. I speak for them once a month. I reached out to Tipa Snow. I interviewed her. I partner up with National Council of Certified Dementia Practitioner Network, ladies and gentlemen. You know what Ray said earlier while we were talking privately? I told him all the other EMR, and you know what he told me? He said, those are not my competition. Those are not my competition, Michael. We are in the same field of helping finding people find a better quality of life. That's what he said, but not word by word, But that's what he said. I'm not going to say that the company that I talked to him earlier, but that's what he said. There's no competition, Michael. And then what's the next letter? Letter T is team of winners. I was just talking to Ray about it. He's got a team in his EMR. I've got a team. You got to find a team of winners, not just a regular team, a team of winners that will believe in you, ladies and gentlemen. Next letter is letter O. We're almost done. Letter O is one-on-one. Don't just get one. Before you can coach somebody, you need to be coached yourself. Ray has a coach. I'm sure I have a coach. In order for you to teach somebody, you need to be taught too. In order to be a good leader, you need to be a good follower. That's what Ray is doing. He's being a good follower at the same time being a good leader. And he's leading the EMR sucks movement. And last but not least, letter R. Repeat it. You got to do it again and again. You just have to do it again and again. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Ray, thank you for your time, brother. Appreciate you. But before we leave, just thank you again, Ray. I'm going to talk to you soon. But before we leave, I'm just going to show this last video of Ray Berardinelli's EMR Sucks Self-Doc AIMR.com.
Hi, I'm Ray Berardinelli, physical therapist and private practice owner of 15 years. It is Saturday morning at my house, and we're making breakfast. Unfortunately, over the past 15 years, I've missed a lot of breakfasts. I've spent quality time with my EMR instead of quality time with the people that matter. Fortunately now, we've created the self-documenting artificial intelligence medical record. With this medical record, you can do in minutes what used to take literally hours. So you can get your life back, and your staff can get their life back and spend their quality time with people that matter to them. If you would like to learn about the artificial intelligence medical record, join us at our live launch event here at PPS. We are going to be in St. John's 26 and 27 during the vendor hour from 7:30 a.m. until 8:30 a.m. Let us show you how you and your staff will be able to get your lives back. Hey, look forward to seeing you guys there.